guys, it's Gage. So today we got some parts in for the go-kart. We're just gonna go over what we got and see if we can't get some stuff installed on the go-kart today. So as you can see here, we left off with unboxing the motor and showing you what motor we got. And then also talking about the old hub and clutch and all that, if we were gonna reuse it. And I didn't think I was going to. It's cheap enough to get a new one. So today we got a couple parts here and a couple other parts I'm going to show as well. So let's jump right into it. All right, so to start, we have a new 10-tooth clutch and hub assembly. And that should fit. We got the bolt and washer that go on there. And we got the alright. We got a new brake drum and a new brake pad. Or let's see, a brake shoe. And we got the tire tubes. Take a look and make sure we got the right quantity. Should be 2 here. Yes, so we got 2 tire tubes. Just some 11 by 4.0 by 5. So those will be for the tires. And we have 2 more here. Make sure there's 2. Alrighty. Yep, we have 2 more here. Got the angled valve stem on them, so it's easy to air the tires up whenever we are having to air them up on the vehicle, instead of having to get a 90-degree air chuck and all that. Should just be able to use the straight one I have in my Milwaukee air compressor, the portable one. And then we got a copper crush washer kit for drain plugs, and I believe one of these is going to be for the oil leak on the Monster Energy XR50. So that'll be handy whenever we do the oil leak video. So set that aside up there. Actually, we're going to set that with all my other assortments. Alrighty. So now, let's jump into getting this hub put on. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just slide it on and put the old bolt in. So it does have the keyway welded inside of that hub. I don't know if you can see it there. Ooh, let's see right there. You can see the keyway up there. So slide that on there. Alrighty. Got that slid on there. Not sure if I need more spacers on there. I shouldn't, I don't think, right? Might need another spacer, I'm not too sure. Let's have a washer that fit over that. Alright, make sure this is the right thread pitch. Alright, so that is the right thread pitch. So that'll lock it down. I don't know if I should put another spacer on the back. As you can see, it has a little bit of back and forth play. So let me see if I have one more washer somewhere. I doubt I do that big. That is a negative, but I might have one that will slide over that shaft. Probably not. No, I do not. All right, so I don't have another washer. So that should be just fine. I think with the chain tension on there, it'll be all right, but I might have to go down to the hardware store and get a spacer. Probably just one more on there, I believe. So let's tighten that up. Looks like probably a 12. That is a 13. Oops, sorry about that, guys. got that on there. Spins nice and free. All right, so I think next, back down this way. I think we're going to see if the guess on the brake drum was correct. I know I needed a 4-inch diameter. I'm not sure if the bolt pattern is going to match up. So we're gonna jump into that and find out. All right, guys, I got the wheel up here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into taking this off. One thing I do notice that might be an issue, I'm not too sure, is the thickness. It is a little bit thinner than the original one. So as you saw in the last video, the brake shoe, I believe it was inset to the inside, I believe, or no, it was offset. I think it was to the outside. So we have to bend the brake rod in to come, you know, further in on the brake drum so that pad contacts completely. So I think I'm gonna have to bend that rod quite a bit more to see if we can get this brake shoe to line up with that pad. If not, I'm fine with reusing this original one. The 4-inch diameter was correct, so it is a 4-inch. This being new, you know, would rather use it. But if I have to use this one, I'll just clean it up, rough it up, and keep it on there. So let's go ahead and take this off and see if the bolt pattern is correct. All right, start of things are 14 indeed. And we're gonna need another 14, so let's grab that one there. Alrighty. Let's see, we got the correct bolt pattern. So it looks like we do. It looks like we need to use the bigger holes, but we do have the correct bolt pattern. So let's see if we can get that to fit on there. All right, let's make sure I don't lose any bolts. Shorter bolt on that one. Okay. So I'm gonna need a shorter bolt for this one. I'll have to get one of those. Don't think I have one. Pretty certain I don't. Okay, so you'll have to get a shorter one for that. So now we got that bolted up. I'm gonna go ahead and get this on the go-kart and see what we run into with the brake shoe issues that we've been having. All right, guys, as you can see, I have the old drum here and I have the old brake shoe. Went ahead and put that on. As you can see, it's cracked pretty bad and it's pretty used up. So, as you can see over here, I went ahead and I put that on. I put the sprocket on so we have the correct spacing. Didn't want to leave that out. And it looks like this shoe should sit on there pretty good. Once I get the rod that goes from the bottom of the motor plate over to hold this other side of the shoe in, I think we should be pretty set. I might have to bend this rod just slightly. It might have enough play in it up front that I shouldn't have to do that. But as you can see there, sits pretty nice and even all the way around. So what we're gonna do next is the motor plate. We're gonna weld that on after we get this tube welded up. So we're gonna get that welded up, motor plate welded on, get the brake rod welded on, and then we're gonna put the wheels and the tires and tubes in. We're gonna obviously wire wheelies up, get these cleaned up, and make sure there's no sharp edges that can puncture those tubes. And I believe chain and sprocket, mount the motor, and we should be able to go for the first test ride. So let's hop into getting that motor plate and getting the wheels and tires and tubes all seated up and get all the new bearings in. All right. Oh yeah, there we go. So to start, we got some new tires. They're the same size. They're 11 by 4.0 by 5. These are just some like turf tires. That's what was on there before, the same brand and everything. So we're just gonna go ahead and run the same tires we had. So we did get 4 of those. Alrighty, next we got the engine plate and the motor mounts. I don't know if we're gonna use the rubber or hard mount it. Either way should be fine, but we might try the rubber first and see how it is, and then hard mount if there's any issues with these. We got our, let's see, new bearings for the wheels. We got 8 of those bad boys. And we got a new chain. I believe this should be the correct one. It should be I believe a 140 or a 240 pitch, or sorry, 420 pitch. So that should work for the go-kart. So we have a chain, and what also came today was just the top end seal kit. I just needed that for the upper cover gasket for that pit bike, so we can fix that oil leak. So you'll see that in another video. So there's the stuff we got. And now we're gonna start with taking the wheels off and welding that motor plate on, then getting the tubes and the tires on those wheels, and hopefully get the motor mounted up. All right, guys, so I got it all put together. Tires were kind of a pain to get on, but I got them all on. Only issue is being a split rim. If you don't tighten them down pretty dang even, they get a slight wobble. So some of them have a little bit of a wobble to them when they spin, but regardless, they should be fine to at least take a test drive and hit the road until we get a different style wheel on there maybe. But I got the motor plate welded on. I got the motor on, got the chain on. I might need to take one more link out of the chain, we'll see. But only thing left is the rod that goes from the brake shoe to the bottom of this motor plate, just to hold that in place, and then just to bend this rod out a little bit, because you can see it does have the chance to move over and tap the side case, and I'd hate for it to wear through that front cover. So we're gonna bend that out and probably put some rubber hose on it just to help it out. But I think this is where it's gonna sit for now. Next video should be a startup, fill it up on oil, get it started, and run down the street and see what issues we run into. It is pretty stout in the back now. The back frame, of course, this back area here isn't the sturdiest. I could probably weld in a bar going across, but the axle itself is pretty sturdy. There's no going anywhere. So we're gonna end it off there. Probably gonna start working on the felt bicycle pretty soon. So that will be the next video. This will be put on the back burner just a little bit because I'd like to get that bike going. But yeah, everything's put on. Looks pretty sweet if you ask me. Rolls quite nicely with the new bearings. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And tune back into the channel to stay up to date on all the new content coming out. Peace.